Welcome to Kids Spaces, the show that's all about you and your space, your home and surroundings, and how they relate to your kids. I'm Debbie Marie.
And I'm David Jones. Spring has sprung, so it's time to start thinking about holidays and those summer plans.
Holidays as in Easter baskets and chocolate.
Chocolate. I was thinking more along the lines of holiday downtime, taking the kids to a kid-friendly destination during spring break or for summer vacation. But we're also going to see how you can get more impact and family fun out of Easter eggs.
All right, today we are also going to look at our kids' health. How is the air in your home? If you have a kid who suffers from allergies or asthma, you'll want to see what's coming up.
Also, we can't forget the little ones, the babies. Debbie, you had a chance to see how to make a child's room into a warm and cozy environment.
Yes, definitely some great interior design tips coming up. So stick around and see it all right here on Kids Spaces. As much as we like the warmer weather of spring, it may also affect seasonal allergy sufferers. Many kids, like many adults, suffer sensitivity issues when it comes to air quality.
Kids Spaces want your kids to lead happy, healthy lives and for your household to provide the proper air purification. Here's Rhonda Castagna with the story.
1 minute, your child is playing happily. The next, he's coughing or short of breath. Watching a loved one suffer from respiratory stress is an awful feeling, yet all too common. 1 in 4 Americans has asthma or allergies, and that includes millions of children. The symptoms often flare up in response to pet dander, dust mites, and a number of other indoor pollutants. But there are ways to fight back. Here on Kids Spaces, we often do room makeovers, but today we're going to show you something a little different, an air makeover. Come on. Welcome to the Leary home, where 6-year-old Dylan and mom Kathy both suffer from allergies.
My daughter and I both have allergies. We usually wake up in the morning coughing and sneezing with red-rimmed eyes and runny noses, and so we don't like to take a lot of medications because it can make us sleepy, it can make us irritable, maybe hyper. So I try to keep the house as clean as possible, getting rid of cat hair and dander and things like that, but it's an uphill battle. You can't get rid of everything, and particularly in the spring and fall when there's pollen in the air, it becomes a nightmare.
Even spotless homes have microscopic particles in the air that can trigger allergy or asthma symptoms, so cleaning often may not be enough. Kids Spaces invited Melody Chase of Allen Corp to visit the home and share an innovative way to improve air quality. Welcome to Kids Spaces, Melody.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Now, I know that most people like to believe that the air inside their homes is pretty clean, but in reality, indoor air can actually harbor plenty of contaminants, right?
It's absolutely true, yes, and it's usually things that we can't see or smell. The most common being mold spores, pet dander, dust mites, and believe it or not, certain insect droppings like cockroaches. You know, dust mites mainly will thrive in furniture, carpets, beddings, and actually can worsen symptoms in people, up to 80% of people who suffer from asthma. You know, since regular cleaning doesn't often work, using a high-quality HEPA air purifier will help rid the room of those lingering, microscopic airborne contaminants.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So who benefits the most from using an air purifier?
Oh, it's easy. Everyone benefits from better indoor air quality. And if you think about it, 90% of our time is spent indoors. In some regions of the country, our homes are sealed up nice and tight to keep the heat in. That just harbors contaminants. That's particularly with children, the elderly, people who suffer from asthma, allergies, or any other respiratory issues. They're extremely vulnerable to that, those microscopic allergens that I mentioned.
So what type of purifier would be best in our situation?
Well, like in most homes, you're probably dealing with dust mites. I see you also have dogs and cats. That's just going to make it a little more challenging for people who suffer from allergies. The good news is we can change all that with the touch of a button. Do you hear how quiet that is?
It's very quiet. I hardly hear it.
This is the Peralta Air Purifier by Allen. It's a HEPA air purifier, so it removes up to 99% of airborne allergens as small as 0.3 microns. To give you some perspective, a human hair is 60 microns in diameter.
Wow, that's
tiny, very, very small. It'll rid a room of airborne contaminants such as pollen, pet dander, dust mites, molds, bacteria, viruses. It's so effective that we're actually very proud to say that it was Product of the Year by Respiratory Management magazine, and actually a lifetime warranty, which is essentially unheard of in the industry.
It is, and this would be great to have in your home during flu and virus season, definitely.
I would say it's essential, yes.
Okay, so how is the Peralta different from, say, a typical air purifier?
Actually, there are several differences. In order to purify a room, a filtration system has to pull actively all of the air in the room to get rid of any contaminants. A lot of them don't have very powerful fans, so obviously they can't do that. The Peralta, however, will basically pull all of the air in the room in through the back vent here and then disperse clean air through either side.
Oh, that's great.
The long-lasting UV lamp combined with the silver ion HEPA filter will neutralize the presence of fungi, bacteria, and viruses on the filter. And remember, as I said earlier, it will also remove up to 99% of dust, molds, pet dander from the air. And it's super quiet, as you may have barely heard earlier. So it's really a great addition to any bedroom or any part of the house. I actually, put it in my daughter's room and my own. It's got a cool little nightlight on the logo.
A little extra bonus for you there.
Yeah.
Okay, and you mentioned a silver ion HEPA filter, right? Okay, what exactly is that and how does that work?
Okay, basically the HEPA filter includes silver ion, which is a non-toxic substance that actually prevents germs from thriving inside the unit or being blown out into the air. Now, let me show you how easy it is to change the filter. Just open this here, slides right out, and then it closes by itself.
Oh, wow. I love the design. It's so elegant and doesn't take up much space. But how long before I notice a difference in the air?
Well, on its highest fan setting, what it will do is take all of the air in the room and 4 times per hour it will clean that. We recommend that you just put it on a setting of 1 because it's still super effective and quiet and it gets the job done. So over time, what you'll notice is significantly less dust, and who doesn't want that? I would actually recommend it highly if you would put it in your daughter's room for her allergies. And the nightlight is great. The kids love that.
Yeah. This is quite an efficient machine, I have to say. So where can our viewers learn more about the Peralta?
They can just go to our website. It's www.allenairpurifiers.com.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Melanie, for showing us how to give our homes an indoor air makeover.
Rhonda, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And thank you so much, Kathy, for allowing us in your home.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome. And if you'd like to review this program again, go to our website at designingspaces.tv and click on Kids Spaces. There you'll also find a link to Allen Air Purifiers. For Kids Spaces, I'm Rhonda Castagna.
Now, if you have Easter vacation time headed your way, we hope you got some great ideas on today's show. And if you're staying at home with the little ones, well, we think you had some great suggestions there as well.
Right. Plus, we touched on some household topics as they affect your kids. So we've done what we set out to do.
I think we have. We're going to be back with more helpful suggestions on designing spaces next time. But thanks for joining us here on Kids Spaces. I'm David Jones.
And I'm Debbie Marie. We'll see you later. Bye. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.